Hey guys, this video is a pretext in the multi-part series on relationships after baby. I'll be clarifying the term survival mode. So, if you've had a baby, you probably have an idea of what I mean when I say survival mode, and you can kind of see how our experiences compare. And if you haven't had a baby, you may not know what I'm referring to. But here we go. So, you've brought your bundle of joy home from the hospital, and you and your husband are settling into life with baby. Well, something that I didn't totally expect is just how basic a survival mode my husband and I would get into. And to explain it, I'm going to use something that came up in our prenatal classes. If you want this to be interactive, go ahead and grab a pen and paper and pause when I say to. So, our care provider told us was to write down 5 things that we think we need. So, go ahead and pause if you want to do that. If you need an example, the things I wrote on my list, I wrote down food and water as one. So food and water, mental stimulation, sleep, showering, and I think my phone. So now what we had to do was to cross things off our list because when you're in survival mode, you don't have time to do everything you want or everything you need. So right away they told us to cross off 2 things from our list of needs. So go ahead and think about that or cross it off. And then we were down to 3. And I'm seeing, looking at, my food, water, sleep, and showering. And they said, cross something else off your list. So reluctantly, I crossed off showering. And then we were down to 2. And to my surprise, our care providers told us, okay, when you have a baby, there are times where you have to choose between eating and sleeping, or you have to choose between your last 2 wants or needs. And they said, so go ahead and cross one more thing off. So I chose to cross off, I think, sleep because I like to eat. And the point here is that when you have a baby, your more basic needs that you just took for granted before having a baby, those can go out the window because you don't have as much time as you used to have, at least for the first month or 2. So, you will actually have times when you first have a baby where you are choosing between eating and sleeping, and times where you look at your baby asleep and you decide, okay, what should I do? And you go, I'm really hungry, but I really need to sleep. Or times where you're like, I'm starving, but I need a nap. Or you might smell, but you might not have showered for like 5 days, and it's gonna happen. And why is this relevant to my series on relationships and baby? Well, the contrast between your relationship pre-baby and post-baby is that before you had your baby, your partner was a huge priority in your life, and you were a huge priority in your partner's life, if not the top priority, aside from like them taking care of themselves. And then after you have this baby, you're so focused on your little one, and now without meaning to, you're just less important to each other right now because you're so focused on taking care of the baby. And then your own basic needs are not met, and so you're struggling to take care of your own needs because you are in survival mode. And that's how survival mode ties in, is after you have your baby, you just enter this state where you are so focused on the needs of this little person that you are struggling just to meet your own basics. And then for your partner, how much time do you have to give to your partner? So this is survival mode. And thus we enter the topic of relationships and baby.